You're in Braves country. All right, doing 9 things at once. Let me know if y'all can hear me. As I am trying to get everything back up and running, sending it back to the radio stations as well, which, as you can imagine, is quite the feat. Okay, good. I'm assuming the audio sound is okay. It is bottom of the 7th. The Atlanta Braves are at the plate, leading 4-1, and Chafin, who we saw earlier in the series, misses for the second pitch to Nick Allen. It's 2-0. The 2-0 lefty-righty matchup. 89 misses, ball 3, 3-0. There's some kind of outage via. I thought, the first thing that went through my mind. I ain't gonna lie. I just got a new box the other day because we had an issue, and I was like, this thing's already crapped the bed. 3-0 pitches outside, wide, ball 4. So Allen will head on down to first. Appreciate everybody who's jumping over trying to find us. I'm sure it's going to take a minute. I had to start a brand new feed, and I don't have the typical stuff in the chat for people to find. I just put Braves versus Nat Part 2, and hopefully they found it. Alex Verdugo shows bunt. Sinker inside, misses. It's 0-1. Having to reset here. May have to reset where y'all are at too, because this may not be current. I just realized on the other one I had to reset, so let me reset this. 0-1 pitch, misses inside, 1-1. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to get all my different feeds up. 1-1 count, swing, chops it foul, 1-2. The 1-2, lefty-lefty matchup, runner on first, nobody out. Pitch on the way, swing! That ball is hit right to the shortstop. C.J. Abrams for a line drives out. L6 in your scorecard, 1 down. One down. Drake Baldwin, the batter. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup. Kicks and fires. It's 1-0. Baldwin 2 for 3, 2 singles and an RBI. I was trying to pay attention to the game as I was getting everything loaded back up, but I'm really not sure what happened. The 1-0 slices it foul, 1-1. So anybody wants to throw in the chat what happened after we lost connectivity. I want to say it was 3-0 at the time. 1-1 count. Drake Baldwin 6 for 8 for this series. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. I guess we lost you at the bottom of the 5th inning, right as Drake Baldwin had driven in a run. I remember that now because the screen froze when he was taking his foot gear off, and I thought it was just my one screen, and all of a sudden they all crash. I look over and go, crap. 2-1 count. That ball's high and inside, ball 3, 3-1. Braves lead at 4-1, but we know one thing, that wasn't enough last night. We blew a 4-1 lead late in the game, gave up 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. So you want to keep tacking things on. Lefty, lefty. They're going to flip it over to first, keep Allen close by. Believe everything's up and running. I'm trying to do all my checks on my end while I bring you the game. I'm getting a thumbs up for all the radio stations. I do apologize. Lost y'all for maybe a half hour. 3-1 pitch, swung on, dribbled up the middle. It's going to be off the glove of Tania. He's going to turn around and try to, Rosario. He's going to turn around and try to fire it to first. and it's a 4-3 attempted put out, but Baldwin beats it. I'm going to guess this is going to be an infield single, because that was a very difficult play for him to have to make. He was going against the grain.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
That's assuming he's actually safe.
Like the Drake?
Yes, he is safe.
The Drake is good.
Rosario was going to his left and had to fire a missile to his right that came out of his glove. I think you got to give him a base hit there. And that's it for Chafin. He gets run out of the game. We got runners on first and second, one out, bottom of the seventh. We'll go ahead and do the seventh inning stretch since we missed it, most of it, earlier.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. All one, all two, all three. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the side. Find me something up, cracker jack. I don't care if I have to get back on the street. Root for the You sound better tonight!
All right, Braves Country. Looks like a lot of y'all found us. Hopefully more are on the way. I know it's a pain, but nothing I could do about it. The internet went down in the entire area. Brisky comes in. He fires the first pitch to Marcelo Ozuna off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Zach Brisky comes in with a 3 ERA, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. By the way, right-handers are batting .500 against him. That's weird. The 1-0 down and in 2-0. Left-handers much lower. I think it said 225. Small sample size, but that's still strange that a right-hander would have a 500 batting average against right-handers. We'll take that right now. The 2-0. Change up top. 2-1. Braves lead it 4-1, bottom of the seventh. They have a chance for a knockout punch here in the seventh. Those of y'all who joining us again, welcome back. The 2-1, 4-seam fastball, 2-2. Yeah, went and got a new router a couple of days ago, and I thought it had crashed, and then I'd go straight to the Xfinity app, and it says out in your area. It said till 3:30. I was like, that is going to suck. And then it came up for a second. That's why I told you I was going to be back soon. And then it crashed again. So I don't know what the issue was, but apparently they fixed it. The 2-2 to Ozuna, 2 on the pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. Marcel, don't sit there and complain about that, son. Go sit down. That's a strike. Strike right across the chest. I don't know what in the world he thought, but that is every bit of a strike. Don't go complaining to the umpire when you took a pitch right down your throat. But he'll go sit back and probably go take a look at that and realize he's got egg on his face. They're going to turn around and throw it to second base. Well underneath the tag is Allen. Matt Olson will come to the plate. No, it's not Spectrum. I don't think we have Spectrum in this area. Thankfully, I've heard nightmares about it. It's Comcast. It was just something, it happens from time to time. Change up. Misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. All in all, they've been pretty good since we've been with them since the beginning of the station, so I can't have too many complaints. The 1-0, swing and a miss, four-seamer, 1-1. He was about 9 miles in front of that pitch. 1-1 count, runners at first and second, 2 outs. Braves squandered opportunities yesterday, choked away a 4-1 lead in the late innings. In danger of doing the same here if they can't scratch some runs across. The 1-1, misses high, 2-1. The other thing is we don't have another day off until Monday. So they'd really prefer not to use these back end guys going into that series against Boston. And if they end up having to use the back end guys, that series in Boston realize there's going to be a game where they're just going to punt the game. The 2-1 fouls it back, 2-2. They're not going to want to do it, but your hands are going to be tied. I still don't understand why we haven't heard any update on Craig Kimbrell. That's really strange. He appears to be pitching really well. I don't believe he's been injured, but maybe I missed something. The 2-2 count. In the dirt, 3-2. Braves lead it 4-1. You got runners on first and second at 2 outs. Good block by Ruiz to keep that ball from going away to the backstop. So the runners are going to be on the move. With 2 outs. The payoff pitch, runners go. Swing! That ball's blasted down the right field line. Foul. Man, oh man alive. It's a hanging curve, and he slammed it into the next area code, but it was well foul of the mark, just out in front of it. Full count. Olsen digs in. The pitch. Swing, slices it into left, but that'll be an easy fly ball to Wood. That'll end the inning. Braves go down after getting runners on first and second with 1 out. Can't do anything with it in the heart of the order. We go to the 8th. See if we can hold on to this one here in Braves country.
Out of all my body parts, my eyeballs are the strongest because I roll them like 342 times a day.
You see this? He can't hit, he can't run, and he should have been born a girl. The only way he can catch a ball is if it hits him directly in the mouth. And yet, he shows up week after week just like a cold sore. If he can try, you can try. Now get out there and act like there's something in those jock straps.
Happy day to everyone except people that insist on putting loose change on top of dollar bills in your receipt in your hand. Like, don't do that. Change first.
In the wake of drug scandals that had rocked the game in the 1980s, Commissioner Fay Vincent was more concerned with preventing cocaine and marijuana abuse. And the powerful Major League Baseball Players Association, now led by Donald Fear, was vehemently opposed to any mandatory steroid screening program as a violation of their members' right to privacy. As a result, professional baseball players were free to take whatever they wanted, with no fear of punishment.
The notion that we would willingly surrender to our employer as the price of a job all the protections we insist on from the government is a rather extraordinary notion.
The Players Association did a horrible job in this case. They should have seen this early on and said, wait a minute, how can we expect some of our players to compete at a competitive disadvantage or force them to make the horrible choice of running whatever risks there may be to their health or their reputations or whatever it may be to either use to keep up or don't use and inevitably fall behind? Who is it that we represent? The guilty or the innocent?
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Dylan Lee on to take on the order of the Nationals here in the top of the 8th. Set to face the top of the order with C.J. Abrams, Rosario, and James Wood. First pitch on the way. Slider off the edge, it's 1-0. So 2 lefties due up in this inning. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Run through the numbers real quick since we missed the department of A.J. Smith-Shawver. He only goes 5 innings, 68 pitches, 4 strikeouts. That's a little concerning. 1-1, swing blasted. She is gone. So here we go again. Dylan Lee chokes up a home run, a hanger, solo shot. C.J. Abrams hits another home run against the Braves, and it's 4-2. First pitch on the way. 4-seam fastball off the plate wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0 right there at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch outside, 2-1. Med Rosario 0 for 2. 2-1. 93 inside, 2-2. Braves lead it 4-2, but we were here yesterday. Late in the game. Coughed up 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. Lost 5-4. The 2-2, swing lifted, and another base hit. So 1 on, nobody out. Rosario retreats back to first. The Braves bullpen have been really good this year, is showing signs of fatigue. One on, nobody out. That'll bring the left-handed bat of Wood. First pitch to Wood. Down and in, misses. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Swing, come back to Lee. He flips it to second. Allen has it, fires it to first, and that is a rally-killing double play. Not sure why, but Allen got crossed up a little bit and almost didn't find the bag, so it took him a second to gather himself and throw it to first. But Wood, we talked about this earlier in the game if you were in for the early part, Wood does not run well for a left fielder. You would think he would. He's young, he's tall, athletic looking, but he's just never been a very fast runner. And we get him by about a step. Put it this way, C.J. Abrams is safe by a mile. First pitch on the way is a ball outside to Ruiz. It's 1-0. I would think that Iglesias would be available in this game. They said he was not available last night, the 1-0. Ripped into left field. That's going to get up against the wall. And it's a 2-out double for the Nationals. So Dylan Lee really having a problem here. They've got a left-hander due up in Lowe, so I would think he's going to face Lowe. But after that, you got the switch-hitting Bell and the right-handed call. I can't imagine he sees anyone pass Lowe. Braves bullpen is warming up. Haven't been able to see who is down there. First pitch on the way, banged on the ground to Olsen, and he'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. So Lee gives up a run, didn't look his sharpest, but he got out of the jam. By the way, I've got a correction to make when we come back. I just realized my internet page had not refreshed.
I feel like if God wanted to make me mentally stable, he would have made me mentally stable. But he didn't. So lock your doors.
After that tough 7-game series, Rodman had comments.
Yes.
About Larry Legend. Then they come to you.
Yeah.
And you had comments.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Game 7, I think Larry has like a triple-double, he torched Rodman, right? So Rodman's all upset. They get him the mic, and he says what he says, right? And I kind of echo it. Now, here's the beauty of it. Larry, you had my career right in the palm of your hand. Had you handled that press conference different, you could have just but this is what this man said.
If the statements or whatever was said doesn't bother me, I don't think it should bother any of us. But I just feel sorry for Isaiah because, just walking in this room and seeing everybody, it must have touched a lot of people. But if Isaiah tells me that it was a joking matter, I think we should leave it at that.
Come on, we've been in them locker rooms, taking tough losses. Competition sometimes brings the best out of you and the worst. Isaiah was a great basketball player. He had a big career ahead of him. But damage his career by saying something I didn't mean.
Do you think I'm elitist?
Of course I do. You needn't worry about that.
No, not in a good way.
Ever since the players had formed their union in 1966, tensions with the owners had steadily escalated. There had been a strike or a lockout every time they had to negotiate a new contract.
Basically what? They're arguing over how to spend our money, right? I'm a baseball fan. I like to see them play ball, but, I have no sympathy for either party. None.
The fact that it shut down and stayed shut down was devastating. I can remember being in New York in the fall and being on the 7 train and going past Shea Stadium. It looked like a graveyard to me. I can remember just thinking they should be playing right now and just being so angry to the point where there were tears in my eyes.
We'll see Jorge Lopez for the third time this series. 19 appearances, a 7.5 ERA. The first pitch on the way is just off the plate to Austin Riley, who's looking for his first hit. It's 1-0. Riley's 0 for 3. Braves need to punch some runs across. 2 just doesn't feel like enough today. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Little stat correction. I didn't realize that my page did not refresh. Of course, I wasn't able to consume the game because of the the internet outage, the 0-1-1. That ball is scorched towards the gap. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Austin Riley, extra bases, and your Atlanta Braves have a leadoff double to start the inning.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Good piece of hitting by Riley. Steady stride, ripped it up the middle, split the gap, went shopping at the gap for a leadoff double. A.J. Smith-Shawver went 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 86 pitches. That sounds more like it. Like I said, I wasn't able to be here for 2 innings. Pierce Johnson came in for an inning. First pitch on the way to Harris is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Dylan Lee came in for an inning. He got thumped around, 3 hits and an earned run. The 1-0 to Harris. Righty-lefty, looking for some insurance. Swing, that ball's ripped over towards second. Diving play by Rosario. He'll jump up and fire a bullet to first. It's a 4-3 putout, 1 down. Iglesias is warming up in the bullpen, it should be noted, so he's good to go. But we know he's had some issues here recently, and you'd like to get him an extra insurance run. Riley standing 90 feet away. Ozzie, the batter. The infield is in. Ozzie looking to drive Riley home. He set up outside, first pitch. 95 on the outer black. It's 0-1. Reds all over the White Sox, 7-0. They're in the 7th in that one. Twins are about to sweep the Orioles 4-0 in Baltimore. The 0-1's chopped foul by Ozzie, 0-2. Twins in the middle of a 10-game winning streak. Cardinals have won 11 of their last 10. The 0-2. Jesus. Just got a piece of that. He just got a piece of it, and he swung at a pitch well off the plate. So an 0-2 count. Ozzie did get a base hit today. The 0-2, just outside changeup, 2-2, or 1-2, excuse me. Batting .218 on the season now, looking just for a fly ball to make this a 3-run lead. The 1-2, hanger up top, knuckle curve, 2-2. Standing on deck if Ozzie can't get it done is Eli White. He's over. The 2-2. Out swing and a miss. Pitch was about a foot off the plate. 2 down. Quit putting him at the 7th. He's got a pitch hit 8th or 9th. That's just all there is to it. He's struggling. He's not working counts. He's just guessing and poking. And the opposing pitching staffs know it. Y'all were talking about Iglesias paying too much for him. That was the going rate for him. Remember, the Braves didn't sign that deal. First pitch on the way. The sinker chopped behind home plate. It's 0-1. Eli trying to get that extra run home. Braves trying not to once again leave a runner stranded with less than 2 outs at third base. Infield is now back. Tell you what, if he drops a bunt down the left field, the third base line, he's going to walk to first base. The 0-1, down and away, 1-1. That was the going rate that the Angels signed Iglesias to a multi-year, $16 million per year deal. So when they got the trade from the Angels, that's why they didn't have to give up anything. The 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. It was because he had such a high AAV that you didn't have to give up hardly any prospects. The Angels were just trying to cut salary. So that's how we really got him. So honestly, if he's at a much cheaper rate, he's probably not an Atlanta Brave. 2-1 count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Underneath the hands, 2-2. And that is the going rate for closers right now. They get anywhere between 15 to 17 a year. And Iglesias was worth every penny of it last year. We're just scrutinizing it now because he's had a rough start to this year. The 2-2. Outside wide, 3-2. Standing on deck is Nick Allen. So Lopez may be pitching around Eli, not wanting to give him anything to hit. Full count, 2 outs, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Full count. Here's the pitch. Swing. That ball's chopped through the infield, and we'll finally get a runner in scoring position to come home. All right, let's go, Braves country. Book of Eli, little white lightning for you, and the Atlanta Braves take a 5-2 lead. Just past the diving attempt of the second baseman, Rosario. He was stretched out, laid out, and just missed it. Good attempt by Rosario. I don't think he was going to get him anyways because he was laid out. If he comes up with that ball and has to turn, and he would have to throw from basically his wallet as the first pitch is a strike to Allen, it's 0-1. Eli running down that line, I don't think you get him. The 0-1 runner, almost got picked off at first. They throw behind the runner. Eli was bouncing back and forth. Just got back in time. They called that a strike. I guess it's 0-2. The 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. He's more paying attention to the movement on the base paths than anything else. Iglesias appears to be ready to roll. The 1-2 count. Swing, lifts it high, into right, but that'll die in the glove of Alex Call. But not for your Atlanta Braves get a 3-run lead to hand it over to Eyeglasses. Come on, Braves country, let's get behind the man. Braves 5, Nats 2.
Be like, men can get pregnant and have periods too, and don't you dare say otherwise. And another thing, until a man can get pregnant and carry a baby, I don't want to hear his opinion on abortion.
So everybody says if you take the coordinates to the Miami Mall and you reverse them, it'll put you in Antarctica.
Yeah, it's a grid system, dude. Latitude, longitude. It's a grid system. Yeah, that's how it works.
So all this talk of portals and stuff opening up, right? You change the north to east and change the west to south. That's it. It puts you right in Antarctica. Isn't that crazy?
Except it isn't, dude. It isn't. Have you ever seen a graph? It's not that crazy. I want to be an idiot. I want to be dumb, dude. Because you got to be dumb to just, oh, somebody told me if you mix these numbers, then that's a portal to another. No further questions.
Now watch this. Watch what happens when I change the south and the east to north and west. Look where it puts me in.
Is it putting you on the other side of the graph, dude? Are you going to the other side of the graph?
Now what are the odds of that?
It is a grid system. The odds are pretty good, dude. Have you never seen a graph? You can go up, you can go down, you can go left and right. What are you not getting about this? I wish I was an idiot, dude. Your life seems simple and great, and I'm envious.
Y'all, I recently realized that it's really important for me to get out of the house every once in a while to remind myself why I don't go out.
Suffer a shocking loss, and you think it's never going to be the same again. And you're thinking, I'm not going to another game. I'm not going to pay the prices that go into the players' pockets and into management's wallets. I'm not going to do it. I'm sick of all of them. And then Ripken comes along.
Welcome back. Eyeglasses comes onto the bump. First pitch is a changeup to Josh Bell, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0. Right there at the knees. Called for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch from Iglesias. Inside, 94 misses. Ball 2, 2-1. Asking about all-time favorite Brave, man, that is a loaded question. The 2-1 fouls it back 2-2. You know, the usual suspects come to mind as the 2-2 swing, rattles it back foul. But there are some Braves that I'm very near and dear to for just various reasons. I mean, obviously everybody liked Murphy and Chipper, and the big three is the 2-2. Dribbled through the infield, and that's going to be an infield single for Josh Bell. And that is not easy to do. Josh Bell is one of the slowest humans on the planet, and he dribbled it. I mean, you couldn't roll it to a better spot. The Braves were playing back into the right, and Riley had a football field to go to get to that ball. Even Ozuna's beating that out. Iglesias just having some bad luck. First pitch on the way is a sinker up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Good news is you don't have to worry about Bell taking off and stealing a base, so you can focus on the runner at the man at the plate. The 1-1 banged on to ground is short. It's going to be a 6, 4, 3. They'll beat out the back end of the double play, but we get the first out, and that's not nothing. One away. Got a 3-run lead. We'll trade an out for a fielder's choice. Tanya, your batter. He had a big double last night. First pitch on the way. 94 off the plate. It's 1-0. Chipper used to be one of my favorites. He's kind of shown his colors on X. I'm not as big a fan as I used to be. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 4-6-3 inning-ending, game-ending double play. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. Glacius gets the save and a big sigh of relief. Him and Drake Baldwin are having a chat and a laugh. I guarantee they're talking about that roller that was beaten on the inside track that started that inning. But the Braves take 3 of 4. They get back to 500. We're 22-22, and we head to Boston. We head to Boston, baby. And that's going to be a fun series, always is, taking on, going back home, so to speak, the Boston Red Stockings returning home as the Atlanta Braves. Player of the game, game ball. You could go a couple different routes, but I think you honestly got to give it to the Drake. He went 3 for 4. 3 for 3 after that first at bat of the game, where he swung at the first pitch. After that 3 for 3, goes 3 for 4 with an RBI. We get this win with 9 hits, only 1 extra base, which was Riley's double. And the Braves will creep back up to 22-22. And if you look at the overall big picture, a complete post-game show tomorrow night. I figured today folks have things to do on day games, at the end of day games. But if you want to look at the big picture, where the Braves stand in the playoff race, we are now 6 games behind the Mets after the win. And as far as the wild card is concerned, Braves are creeping right there. We are now 3 games behind in the wild card of the last spot. And even bigger, there's only 2 teams and the third that has the last spot in front of us. Arizona, St. Louis, and San Francisco. That's it. The Phillies are only 3.5 in front of us. We're a game in front of Milwaukee. We're 2 in front of Cincinnati. And this is going to put us, 2.5 in front of the Reds. I'm sorry, the Nationals. 4.5 in front of the Nationals. And everybody else is far behind. So everything's looking good, a lot better. And we do apologize for losing you there for a little bit, but we got back, and Braves win. We get a big one. We head to Boston tomorrow night. It's Chris Sale versus Garrett Crochet, an absolute pitcher's duel lined up for us to begin that one. So you know what that means. It'll be 10-9. Y'all have a good one, Braves country. Braves win it 5-2, and back to 500 we go.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.